Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As we journey through our fabulous 50s and beyond, it feels like there's always some new ache, some little energy dip, or some stubborn extra weight that just wants to hang around. And I've been wondering, how much of that is just getting older, and how much of it, well, how much of it is something we can actually do something about? Are you tired of that mid-afternoon slump that has you reaching for a biscuit, or wondering why your joints feel a bit more creaky than they used to? I know I was. It got me thinking, and more importantly, it got me researching. And one culprit kept showing up, again and again: sugar. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sugar is everywhere. It's in our treats, our drinks, even in foods we think are healthy. And for many of us, myself included, it's been a lifelong companion. But the more I delved into it, the more I realized that this sweet companion might actually be a bit of a saboteur, especially as we age. Statistics I came across suggest that folks over 50 are often consuming far more sugar than recommended, and it's not always obvious. We're not just talking about the sugar in your tea or the slice of cake. It's hidden in processed foods, sauces, dressings, you name it. And the impact? Well, it's pretty far-reaching. I learned that excess sugar isn't just about a few extra pounds. It's linked to increased inflammation, which can make conditions like arthritis feel worse. It can mess with our energy levels, leading to those awful peaks and crashes. And it can even affect our mood and our sleep quality. Think about it, how many times have you had a restless night? And could it possibly be linked to that dessert you had a bit too close to bedtime? Beyond that, I started to understand that consistently, high sugar intake can contribute to more serious concerns that become more prevalent as we age, like an increased risk for type 2 diabetes, heart issues, and even some cognitive decline. It's almost like sugar overload can create a domino effect in our bodies, impacting everything from our blood pressure to how clearly we think. So, I decided to take on a challenge, a sugar detox challenge, to see if I could break free and understand what life felt like on the other side. And that's what I want to share with you today: why quitting sugar, or at least drastically reducing it, might be one of the best things we can do for our health as we get older, and how I've been navigating it. This isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment and feeling our absolute best. The benefits I started to uncover through my research were, frankly, astounding. I spent hours reading articles and summaries of studies, and it seems like the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has highlighted numerous times how reducing sugar intake can lead to better weight management. That makes sense, right? But it goes deeper. Apparently, a groundbreaking study I read about from Johns Hopkins Medicine revealed that cutting back on sugar can significantly improve your heart health markers. We're talking about things like lower triglycerides and better blood pressure. Huge wins for our age group. And it doesn't stop there. I was amazed to find that many people report a significant boost in energy levels. Not that jittery, short-lived buzz you get from a sugary snack, but sustained, real energy throughout the day. Think about getting through your afternoon without needing a nap or another cup of coffee, just to keep your eyes open. Furthermore, I came across information suggesting that the American Heart Association, AHA, links lower sugar consumption to reduced inflammation in the body. For anyone dealing with joint pain or stiffness, this could be a game changer. And personally, I was really interested in the potential for improved mental clarity and focus. It's like lifting a bit of a fog. Even our skin can benefit. The long-term preventative effects are what really sealed the deal for me, reducing the risk factors for chronic conditions that can really impact our quality of life down the line. Now, this journey hasn't been without its learning curves, especially when it comes to food. One of the biggest eye-openers for me was discovering the worst food combinations, things that can derail your sugar, detox, or just generally work against what you're trying to achieve. Through my research, I learned that you should absolutely avoid combining sugary drinks with already high-carb meals. Think about having a soda with a big plate of pasta, or a sugary iced tea with a pastry. It's like a double whammy for your blood sugar, sending it on a roller coaster. I discovered you must never combine hidden sugars in processed foods, like some savory sauces or ready meals, with desserts, thinking you're only having a small treat. The cumulative effect is huge. Another pitfall I learned about is alcohol, especially sweet wines, cocktails, or beers, when you're also consuming foods that are quickly converted to sugar in the body, like white bread or potatoes. It puts a massive strain on your liver and can really spike your sugar levels. And here's a sneaky one I found out that even some healthy yogurts, packed with fruit, can be loaded with added sugars. If you then add granola, which often contains hidden sugars too, you're unknowingly creating a sugar bomb. It's all about reading those labels, something I've become much better at. I also learned to be wary of combining lots of dried fruit, which is concentrated in sugar, with other sweet elements. Even natural ones like honey, in things like trail mixes or energy bars, especially if you're trying to actively lower your sugar intake. But it's not all doom and gloom. The exciting part was discovering the best food combinations, foods that actually help your body manage sugar better, and can make this whole process feel easier and more rewarding. What I found incredibly helpful is to strategically combine protein and healthy fats with any carbohydrate sources. For example, instead of just having a piece of fruit on its own, which is fine, I learned that pairing it with a handful of nuts or a spoonful of unsweetened Greek yogurt can slow down the absorption of sugar and keep you feeling fuller for longer. It turns out that the fiber, protein, and fat help stabilize your blood sugar. What I learned is to always eat foods rich in fiber with your meals. Think leafy greens, non-starchy vegetables like broccoli or bell peppers, and whole grains like quinoa or oats. Fiber is your friend. It slows digestion, prevents those rapid sugar spikes, and feeds the good bacteria in your gut. I've been making sure to include a hefty portion of vegetables with lunch and dinner. And for breakfast, swapping out a sugary cereal for oatmeal with berries and chia seeds, which are packed with fiber, has made a huge difference. I also discovered that adding cinnamon to foods can be beneficial. Some studies I read about suggest it can help improve insulin sensitivity. So, a sprinkle on your oatmeal or in your unsweetened tea can be a nice touch. And here's a simple but effective tip. Pairing lean protein, like chicken or fish, with a large salad dressed with olive oil and vinegar. The protein keeps you satisfied, the fiber from the salad slows. Sugar absorption and the healthy fats from the olive oil are great for overall health. It's about creating balanced meals that nourish you without the sugar crash. I've even found some lovely recipes for savory snacks that use herbs and spices instead of sugar for flavor, which has been a real game changer. Now, something else I've really focused on during this journey, which I found makes a huge difference, especially with cravings and overall well-being, is my sleep, environment, and general lifestyle habits. It's all connected. I discovered that when I'm sleep-deprived, my sugar cravings go through the roof. So, creating an optimal sleep environment became a priority. I've made sure my bedroom is really dark. Blackout curtains have been a lifesaver. And keeping the room cool, around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, seems to be the sweet spot for me. I also try to minimize noise. If you live in a noisy area, earplugs or a white noise machine can be fantastic. And of course, a comfortable mattress and pillows are non-negotiable. Beyond the physical setup, I've established a relaxing bedtime routine. For me, that means no screens, no phone, no tablet, no TV for at least an hour before bed. Instead, I'll read a physical book or listen to some calming music. A warm bath with Epsom salts a couple of times a week also works wonders. Daytime habits play a big role too. I make a real effort to get some natural sunlight exposure, especially in the morning. It helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which is crucial for good sleep. And regular exercise, nothing too strenuous, just a brisk walk. Some gentle yoga or even gardening has been incredibly beneficial. The key I found is to not exercise too close to bedtime, as that can actually be stimulating for some people. Managing stress is another big piece of the puzzle, as stress can also trigger sugar cravings. I've incorporated some simple mindfulness exercises into my day, just a few minutes of deep breathing, and it really helps me stay centered. Of course, before starting any kind of significant dietary change like a sugar detox, it's super important to be aware of precautions and things to note. This is something I really want to emphasize. While cutting back on sugar is generally a healthy move, how your body reacts can vary. Some people might experience temporary withdrawal symptoms like headaches, fatigue, or irritability in the first few days. I definitely felt a bit sluggish initially. It's also crucial, and this is a lesson I've learned and want to strongly advise you about, to consult with your healthcare professional before making any drastic changes to your diet, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or if you're on any medications. They can provide personalized advice and make sure it's a safe and healthy approach for you. For instance, if you're on medication for diabetes, Reducing sugar intake without adjusting your medication could potentially lead to hypoglycemia, so professional guidance is absolutely key. Remember, what works for one person might not be suitable for another, and your doctor knows your health history best. So, that's a little glimpse into my sugar detox journey and what I've learned so far. It's an ongoing process, but I can honestly say I'm feeling more energetic, clearer headed, and just generally better. If you found any of this helpful or inspiring, I'd be so grateful if you'd give this video a thumbs up. And please subscribe to the channel for more tips on healthy aging and living our best lives after 50 eyes. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And please, share this with anyone you think might benefit from it. Now for our little engagement piece today. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's the one sugary food or drink you think would be the hardest for you to give up, and why? Or, if you've already tried to reduce your sugar intake, what's one tip that really helped you succeed? Let's share our experiences and support each other on this journey. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.